While the Western Conference is pretty much set and the top teams all have their playoff spots locked up, there are two spots up for grabs in the East, and it's likely going to come down to the final game of the regular season to see which teams make it. The New York Islanders, Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals, Detroit Red Wings, and Philadelphia Flyers are all fighting for those last two spots, and now that the Owls have 89 points, it's really four teams battling for the second wildcard spot. Just a few weeks ago, the Penguins had about a 1% chance of making it to the postseason and were 9 points out of a playoff position. But after going 7-0-3 in their last 10 games and winning an electric overtime thriller against the Detroit Red Wings 6-5 last night, they are now in the second wildcard spot, and if they win their final 3 games, they will be back in postseason action. Pittsburgh plays Boston tomorrow night, then Nashville on Monday, and close out the season against the Islanders on Wednesday night. The Caps, who are just a point behind the Pens, play Tampa tomorrow, then Boston on Monday, and the Flyers on Tuesday. Detroit, who are also a point behind the Pens now, play Toronto on Saturday, and then their final 2 games of the season against Montreal. And the Flyers, who are a point behind Pittsburgh, but have just 2 games left to play, face off against New Jersey Saturday, and then Washington on Tuesday. Tomorrow is going to be a huge day for all these teams and should be one of the most exciting days of the NHL season, especially for people who are fans of any of these teams like myself. I'm a Penguins fan, and although I never gave up on the team this year, I did not think they were going to go on a run like this and make things extremely interesting like they have in the last few weeks. They have pulled together some gutsy wins, thanks to the leadership of Sidney Crosby, who has 20 points in his last 10 games, some huge multi-goal games from Evgeny Malkin, who has elevated his game with his parents in town, and Alex Nedeljkovic getting really hot at the right time, playing every game during this Pens point streak. It has made the Penguins season a lot of fun. It could be even more electric if they get into the playoffs and face off against a team like the Rangers or Bruins. Unfortunately, the other teams vying for that final spot have gotten pretty cold lately. The Caps are 3-5-2 in their last 10, the Red Wings are 3-4-3, and the Flyers, who had the 3 spot in the Metro for most of the season, have collapsed recently, going 2-6-2 in their last 10, causing head coach John Tortorella some major fits. The Islanders have gone on a solid run themselves recently, having won 6 straight in 8 of their last 10, and with them being 3 points ahead of the Pens, they'd have to really screw things up to miss the playoffs now. Let me know down in the comments who you think will get in, who you want to see, and whether or not any of these teams actually have a shot to take down one of the top teams in the East. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.